Did you know that University of Scranton did a research and they discovered that 92% of Americans who set their goals, they never achieve them, 92%, which means only 8% do? Welcome to Achieve. I am your host, Wanda Martin, and I'm here to give you some good, practical, goal-setting strategies to help you to become a part of that elite number, which is the 8%. Now, I am super excited about today's episode because there's a TV show that has taken America by storm, and it is called Abbott Elementary. Well, guess what? I have the real Miss Abbott right here on the show with us. And so we're going to be talking about her life. We're going to be talking about goal setting. We're going to be talking about the TV show. You're going to love this episode. So can you please help me to welcome Miss Joyce Abbott, the real Miss Abbott, to our show. Welcome, Miss Abbott.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Excited.
I am too. I'm super excited. I could not wait for this day to happen, for me to have this interview with you.
Oh, wow. Feelings the same.
So, Miss Abbott, look, I know everyone wants to know who is the real Miss Abbott. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'm newly retired from the School District of Philadelphia after doing 26 years of service.
Wow.
I'm a combat war veteran. I did 10 years in the United States Army with a 10-month tour in the Persian Gulf War.
Wow.
Mother of one, and I'm the youngest of 8 children.
Wow. Wow, really?
Yes.
So you're the youngest.
The youngest, yes. My mother's 100.
Wow. Did you say 100?
100.
Oh my gosh, that's a blessing.
Yes, it is. It is.
And I know she's super proud of you.
Yes, yes.
So Miss Abbott, can you please tell us, what does it feel like to have a show named after you?
What does it feel like? Let me
What
see
does
that
it-
have a
what-
show
I know,
named after
yeah.
me. It feels great. I mean, I'm still, I think, in awe or in shock, or still trying to wrap it all in. But it's like every time I see it, Abbott Elementary and the name on the backpacks, it's like, is this for real? But I am definitely humbly honored. But it feels great. It feels great.
I know it does. I know it does. I mean, that's the opportunity that I know a lot of teachers wish they
Exactly.
had that opportunity as well, that they impacted their students to the level that you have impacted Quinta, so much so that they name a show after them. You know, so that is such an accomplishment. So congratulations with that.
Thank you. I hear that from a lot of educators, like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And I even heard some saying now, you need to be famous and name something after me, you know, walking down the halls. I'm like, every cracking up, but yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did you, what caused you to get into teaching? Or what did you do before you was a teacher? Was that where you was a drill sergeant?
No, yeah, I was in the military prior to going into education.
Okay.
But actually, teaching was always in my heart because my mother was a teacher's aide, and even growing up, playing school, in a teacher. But my undergraduate was in business and economics. But teaching was still at the bottom of my heart. So I went, after the military, I was selected to be in one of the first cohorts of the Nationally Regarded Troops to Teachers program. And I went to Cheney University, obtained my master's in education, and never looked back.
Never looked back. Wow, that's
very
awesome.
rewarding, very rewarding.
I know it is. So who would you say, you know, we all know that you inspire Quinta. So who inspired you?
I would have to say my mother, and she's 100 now. My mother was a teacher's aide, and she would come home at lunch, make sure we had lunch, because at that time, you came home for lunch, and my sister and I would walk home for lunch. Just being a true matriarch, just being a true matriarch, just even through the hard times, just making sure we were cared for, and her and my dad, because she married her high school boyfriend. They were together for years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know, not high school, but that was her first boyfriend.
That was her, that was her first boyfriend.
Yeah, and they were
That is
married
nice.
like all their life.
Wow.
Together.
Wow, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So being a former educator, what would you say pull your heartstrings? What is it that really gets to you?
A lot of things that pull my heartstrings, but I will tell you, attending graduation ceremonies, even like middle school, high school, college, I have attended several ceremonies, and just seeing the students accomplish, first of all, a goal in their life, and just a major step for them in their life, and just seeing them walk across the stage and receive their diploma. I know one student that I went to her high school and college and graduate. I was at all of her graduations.
Wow.
I was also with her when her father died. So she had no one else. It was me and her high school teachers that were at her graduations. And we still stay in contact now. She called me one back to school night and said, Miss Abbott, my dad's died. I had a classroom of kids and she was in high school. And I said, I'll be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just wasn't an educator. You were almost like a mother figure to some of those students. So much so that they really allowed you or gave you access into their lives. And that relationship has still continued on today.
Right, and that's why it was so important seeing the graduations.
Yeah.
Because large majority of the graduations I went to, not all, but the large majority, the students had endured so much. Either the loss of a parent, loss of a grandparent, even struggled to even get through school. So those were things that really, I'm like, you did it, you did it. You know, we would cry together, so.
So I'm curious, did you attend Quinta's graduation, any of her graduations?
Nope, I didn't attend any of Quinta's graduations.
Okay.
Her 8th grade, because she was at my school.
She was at your school.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I know you're super proud of her.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Super proud of her today.
Definitely.
So that's amazing. Yeah.
And Quinta had 2 supportive parents also, too.
Okay.
She did. Her mom was awesome. Her mom is really the inspiration behind the show. I'm the inspiration behind the name of the show. Her mom was an awesome educator as well.
Oh, that's good to hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And So to hear you say that, that's really good. So she had 2 amazing women in her life to really help her to be where she is today. And so that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Abbott, you know, my whole show is about goal setting.
Right.
And so I teach on my show individuals on how to go from where they are to where they need to be by implementing or utilizing practical goal setting strategies. And so because of that, I have a new book that is about to come out. It's called Have Goals, Not Guns.
Love it.
Have Goals, Not Guns. And that book was birthed out of the death of my niece, Latia.
Wow.
At 20 years old, she was killed just being in the wrong place at the wrong time while she was pursuing her goals, attending Temple University to be a forensic psychologist. Wow. And so from that, you know, it had birthed the idea in me to write this book to encourage our youth today within the school system to put down the guns and to pick up having goals to get you to where you want to be. And so my question to you, how important or pertinent would you say goal setting should be as a curriculum in the school system today?
Goal setting, first of all, put down the guns. That is awesome. That is awesome. So I commend you on that. That is really going to be awesome. Having goals in the schools, definitely important. Definitely important, because when our students have something to strive for, say, this is what I want to do, this is when I want to do it, or this is where I want to be at this point or at this point of the year, it's so important, because then they're driving and they can see their accomplishments as they're reaching it. I did implement that into my class. Okay, you're going to have a goal for yourself, and it gave them something to strive for, but that's not very prevalent in the school, so that would be something that would be just awesome, and it's something that is needed, and something that would make a difference. And something that would make a difference. And
I agree with you, and I love the fact to hear you say that you utilize goal system. You
definitely.
know, utilizing having goals, and you taught your students how to have goals to help them really matriculate out of your class to that next level. And so would you say that these students came into your class knowing about goals?
No, not the large majority, no.
Okay.
I can't say like none of them came in without, but the large majority, no.
So how did you motivate them to have goals for their lives?
Because I just had told them how important it was. Okay, always strive for something. First of all, we're going to strive for excellence, but each step of the year, as we progress through the year, this is, I told them where you should be at academically, and if you don't know that, so your goal is to be here, and then when they reached it, they felt a level of success, and it's so important for our students, or anyone really, to feel a level of success particularly our students. So when they set a goal and they reach it, they feel a level of success, and that takes them far. Even every little of success that they feel that they have made, it just takes them far and follows them far. I know Quinta says a lot when we did the pretzel sales and working hard, we were trying to make money to go to a 5-star restaurant and stretch limos. She said that stuck with her.
Wow.
Like we came in early at 5 in the morning to do hoagie sales for the entire school, K to 8. We came in 5 in the morning, sacrificed because we had a goal. We had to make this much money, and they seen the end of the goal. When they made it, they said, "We did this." Yeah, you did it.
I love it.
It's so important.
I love it. So one of the things that I teach when it comes to goal setting, and this is in my book, I talk about the importance of writing down your goals. I said it's important not just to think it, but you have to ink it.
I like that.
And what's not on paper, it'll become vapor. And so it's important to write down your goals. So you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down. And so with that being said, what are some of the tools that you taught the students when it came to goal setting? Would you talk to them about writing down their goals?
Yes.
Did they have to write down their goals? Can you talk about that?
I was going to say that when you said that, yes, write them down. We wrote them down.
Okay.
Where do you want to be at this point of the year, that point of year? What are your goals for this week? Or what are your goals? And every Friday, we basically did a reflection circle where we all sat in a circle in the classroom. And we said what we accomplished. This week, I feel good because I was able to do this, or this week, and just recognizing that, and it helped them. And they said that I was really able to see, and then by writing down and then seeing that was accomplished, it does a lot for them. It really does. So writing down their goals and then really recognizing it, and then receiving praise from their classmates. You did it. You did it, and it just did a lot for them. Their confidence.
Awesome. That's awesome. And praise is really important.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm so excited to have you on this show, because I feel as though people and educators like you need to be praised for the amount of work and dedication that you have put into our youth. And so with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come right back so we can hear some more information about goal setting from the real Miss Abbott. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Aloha! Joe Silva here with Kukua Technologies. I'm excited to see you on Tuesdays on Morning Coffee for our tech tips.
Let's face it, lawyers get a bad rap. I'm Erin Brucey, host of Legal Breakdown, where we dissect legal topics for the everyday viewer, with a mix of interesting guests to talk about current events and hot legal topics. Let's work together to make the law accessible and relevant to everyone. Catch us every week on RVN Television.
A stroke can be easy to detect. A loved one can't speak, perhaps they can't move. But there's another sign of a stroke that many of us can't see. It's called spatial neglect, and it can occur during or after a stroke, causing distorted visual movements. Fortunately, there's a solution by using optical prism technology during rehabilitation. If you or a loved one have experienced a stroke, ask your doctor about spatial neglect. Spatial neglect. See the whole picture at KesslerFoundation.org.
Welcome back to Achieve. I am here with the real Miss Abbott from Abbott Elementary, Joyce Abbott. And so we've been having an amazing conversation about her life, about goal setting, and also the TV show. And so we're going to go ahead and dive right back into this conversation. Welcome back, Miss Abbott.
Thank you.
And so look, I want to go ahead and dive right back into this conversation. So can you tell us, what are some goals that you set as an educator? Because before we took a break, we talked about the goals that you had for your students. So did you have any goals for yourself as an educator?
Right. The goals that I had as an educator was more focused toward my students. Like every student that came in my midst, I had a goal for them. Okay. If they came a little basic, I had a goal, first of all, that every child would have some level of achievement. They would not leave me the way they came in. Then for certain ones, I had different goals. Like I've seen some was so shy, the head down, afraid to speak. So I had goals at each different parts of the year where I would bring them to, or even the confidence in herself. That's why we had to do a lot of speaking. But I definitely had goals for all of my students. And I wrote those down. I had a book on each of my students to see how far I have brought them or what else I needed to do. So I had to self-reflect to see, okay, how am I doing with this goal for Tommy, or how am I doing with this goal? So definitely every year I had goals for my students. And the goal for myself was they will achieve by any means necessary. It's going to happen. It wasn't like not an option. So
it wasn't an option.
It wasn't an option.
So with that being said, one thing that I teach about when it comes to goal setting is dealing with setbacks, because we all deal with setbacks. And I say, you know, adversity is the best university. That's where we learn our greatest lesson, through setbacks. Have you ever experienced any setbacks with your goals in regards to being an educator? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Definitely encountered setbacks, even, you know, if students were not present. Like you cannot, and not being able to like really be in their home life, it's harder to reach them, to get them to a certain level if they're not present, and just handling that, reaching out continually to the parent, and even sacrificing weekends to bring them up to speed, if it means meeting them at the library and so forth, to reach them, to have them reach a certain level. It was something, you know, that I had to do. But I definitely, you know, did encounter some setbacks, but those setbacks just pushed me further. Just pushed me further, but
Absolutely.
I did have some.
Absolutely. And so, you know, with talking about goals, did I also talk about accountability, why it's important to have accountability, because no one can become a success on their own. Did you have accountability when it came to your goals? Did you have maybe another educator or teacher that you spoke with that supported you with your
Right, I had
goals?
some awesome, great partners during my time with the district who were phenomenal.
Okay.
The main person I had to answer to was myself, though.
Yeah.
Because I had to look at myself every day in the mirror. I had to, not every day, if I was not doing what I had to do, I had to deal with that within myself.
good.
And that would have just tore me up. But most of my grade partners were pretty strong. I'm not going to say all of them were, because they weren't. And that was a problem. But most of them were pretty strong, and we held each other, you know, because my standard is here, your standard is there. And we rode this thing together. But when I did not have a strong grade partner, it made it, and that could be considered a setback, really, because when their expectation, if they're doing one subject and I'm doing one subject, and their expectation is rock bottom and my expectation is up here, it hurts. But the main person I dealt was myself.
Was yourself.
I had to, because I had to look at myself. I told people they would come back from summer vacation talking about all the fabulous vacations. Oh, I went here, I went there, I went here. Meanwhile, me, I barely went to Jersey to the shore, right? I'm sitting there, I didn't go anywhere. And then they put up all the scores and all your kids are below basic and mine are shining. I'm like, look at you, you've been everywhere, but your kids have not done anything. They're still rock bottom. How could you even talk about a vacation? So for real, yeah. It's myself.
Your accountability was yourself.
Yep.
And that's good, because that is something that I teach as well. To me, when you're writing down your goals, you're holding yourself accountable to your goals, because you're writing your goals down.
Exactly.
And so that's good. Your first accountability, it definitely needs to be to yourself. And so with that being said, now that you have experienced the success of the show, and now you are newly retired, what are some of your goals now?
First of all, I have been going nonstop, really. By chill, I mean, you know, some time really to enjoy myself, because actually, even vacations, I think my daughter said since I retired, which I just retired in June, I think I've traveled more in the past 3 months than I have in the past 7, 8 years.
Wow.
That's for real. I've worked, you know, nonstop, 10 years military, then right into teacher, 26 years. That's almost 40 years combined, you know what I mean? So I'm really going to chill, relax, and I really want to get into a workout regimen, and some me time, and enjoy myself.
And I know the fact that you said your mother's 100 years old.
Yes, and I visit her a lot. I almost like every other day or every
See?
day.
Yeah,
I
and
just
so you really-
I go visit with my mom, who's 100. She'll be 101 March 2nd.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she's a real inspiration for me.
Okay.
She's
Awesome.
a real inspiration for me.
Awesome.
My mom's like 100. I never heard my mother curse. My mother loves the Lord, never cursed. I mean, she was like a true matriarch. You know, her and my dad were so different, but they were together. You know, they were so different. But she's a true matriarch. Yeah.
And look, and just think about you talking about your mother's about to turn 101 in March. You just celebrated the birthday.
Yeah.
So happy
63,
birthday,
yes.
63.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Now you know you look amazing.
Phil,
But happy birthday to you.
Now. A lot of people say you're not going to work till you're 65. No. It's time to pay. You have to know when to pass the torch.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You really do. And the young that took my spot as a client manager, I was looking for him. Come on, you need to apply for client manager. I need you in this school to help because I have the young principal black guy. He's doing phenomenal.
Okay.
So I got him in there. But dealing with the climate for the entire school is a lot.
I'm sure.
It's a lot.
I'm sure.
But it was good, and I was effective.
That's,
But what you have to know is time to, you know, pass it on.
It's time to pass it
I
on.
worked long hours, so like right now, in school started, people like, how Phil be retired? I said, I love it.
And that's good that you I mean, because now here's the self-care. You're able to relax, rejuvenate
Right.
yourself, really just to enjoy life
Yeah.
and
So
smell
that's
the
what I
flowers.
plan to do. Yeah.
And smell the
Because
flowers.
I've been nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop. I work long hours. I'm not one that's out the door. I work long hours.
Yeah.
I'm committed to, my work, and I work long hours.
And that's probably what separates you from a lot of the other educators, and because I believe you probably were doing that for preparation for your next class. And I always say preparation produces separation. That's what
Exactly.
separates you from everyone else when you sit there and prepare. It
Yes.
prepares, for your students. And so I'm glad that everything has, you're relaxing, you're chilling.
Yes.
And you're just enjoying life
I
because you
am.
truly deserve it.
I am.
You truly deserve it. So as we go to close the show, Miss Abbott, what encouraging word would you want to leave with the students today that is watching this episode? So I'm going to ask you to share an encouraging word with the students, and then I'm going to come back and ask you to share an encouraging word with the educators. So what encouraging word would you share with students today?
Just never give up. And as we were speaking earlier, as far as your goals, set your goals, believe in yourself, and keep the bar high for yourself. Try what is very hard now, picking the right friends. Just try to be with the right circle, and by all means, if this fits for you, put the guns down and just keep striving. Strive for excellence. And if it gets hard, just keep trying. Don't give up. And know that someone believes in you, because I definitely believe in you, and you can do it.
Awesome. And what would you say to the educators?
If you're in this work, for any educators that are out there, if you're in this work, understand that to do the work effectively, it cannot be done during the course of the day. Understand that you are the only hope for several students that are in your midst. So if your bar is low, it's going to hinder their future. Keep the bar high and believe that they can do it. And if it takes more time or effort that you have to put in, please do it. Because it's not only about your life. Their life is dependent on you, their future, even if they want to make a difference in the life of their families and the lives of, people in their community. You, in most instances, are their only hope. So keep the bar high for them.
Awesome. That is awesome. Ms. Abbott, that was awesome. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing those words, and thank you so much for being on the show. This has been a fantastic time.
Yes, I enjoyed
having
it.
this conversation with you, and we pray that you will continue to have great success. You will continue to chill, relax, and enjoy your life, And do you talk to Quinta much?
Not a lot,
okay.
no, but we are in contact.
Okay, when you talk to her, let her know that Wanda Martin says hello.
I
She wanna
will.
know who she
Yes.
Tell her I would love to have her on this show.
right, because she's so busy. She's so busy.
But we are
Yeah.
so super proud of you here in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. And so we just pray that you will continue, much success will continue to flow your way as you continue to enjoy your retirement.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really a pleasure being here. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, hey, everyone, that concludes our episode for today. I know that you enjoyed this episode because I did as well. But like I always love to end my segments, hey, be safe, be great, and don't forget, be 8 all day. Hey, God bless.